It's okay, the oppression's gone. So now this man who's killing babies, يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ, they used to slaughter your boys, Allah says, your baby boys. They used to slaughter your kids. He's a scary man. In fact, Musa, if you know the story, because it's a very long story, the story of Musa alayhi salam, Musa ran away. Musa ran away from Firawn and his army. He's coming back now because he accidentally killed someone. He didn't do it intentionally. Musa was trying to stop a fight, but he was very strong. So when he pushed the guy off, the guy died. So because he was from Firawn's people, Musa was scared. So Musa alayhi salam is really in their eyes a fugitive who killed one of theirs. And he's from Banu Israel. So Firawn is a scary man. People worship him. He kills people. He kills boys, little baby boys. And Musa's wanted. Musa walks into the palace of Firawn. He walks in. Imagine, you've been gone for over 10 years. We're looking for you. We want to kill you. We can kill you in a second. Wouldn't you be scared? Just walks right up to Firawn. وَقَالَ مُوسَى يَا فِرْعَوْنَ. Look, Allah, this is the conversation how it starts. وَقَالَ مُوسَى يَا فِرْعَوْنَ. Musa said, "O Fir'aun, إِنِّي رَسُولٌ مِّن رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. I am a messenger sent from the Lord Most High, the Lord of the worlds." The guy is telling you, I am the Lord. And Musa's come to the palace where everyone's around. All of his chiefs are there and his people are there and they're all listening. This is disrespectful for Fir'aun. It's a violation. Musa could get killed, but he's brave. You know why? Because Allah already told him, إِنَّنِي مَعَكُمَا, I'm with you. Asma, I'm listening. Wa ara, and I can see. No one's going to touch you, Musa. No one's going to touch you. I'm with you. Go. So don't ever be scared of the evil oppressors. Don't think that anyone who, no matter how oppressive he is, that Allah Azza wa Jal can't defend you from him. Little things like saying, أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. You come to a place, you make this dhikr. The Prophet ﷺ said, nothing will harm you till you leave. Ayatul Kursi at night when you recite, shaitan can't come close to you. Surah Al-Baqarah you read, the Prophet said, فَإِنَّ أَخْذَهَا بَرَكَةً. Reciting it brings you barakah in every aspect of your life. Your deen, your family, your wife, your children, your job, your studies, your education, whatever. وَتَرْكَهَا حَسْرًا. But leaving off Surah Al-Baqarah brings you what? Regret. Regret in what? In everything. You don't read Surah Al-Baqarah, you regret. Do you have regrets in your marriage? You don't read Surah Al-Baqarah. You have regrets in your studies? You don't read Surah Al-Baqarah. You have regrets with your friends? You don't read Surah Al-Baqarah. Brothers, Surah Al-Baqarah, it changes your life. Then the Prophet said, وَلَا تَسْتَطِيعَ عَلَيْهَا الْبَطَلَ أو كما قال. And any of the batala, the magicians or any of your enemies from the shayateen al-ins wal-jinn, they can't do nothing to you. Whether it be a problem you might have with someone on the streets, might be a family relative who's got problems with you, someone's trying to do magic on you, someone's trying to give you evil eye, someone wants to harm you, get you out of a job, whatever it might, no one can harm you. The believer knows, I have Allah. But you have to take the means, you have to obey Allah to get what Allah Azza wa Jal has.